Example 1. Mr. Shin is standing on the roof of his condominium because he is bored of the quarantine. He's looking down at a car parked below him. He's looking at an angle of depression of 65 degrees. If the car is 50 meters from the base of his house, how tall is the condominium? Okay, so I have no idea what's going on here. Usually with trigonometry, we're given triangles first, right? So we have to draw something until we see a triangle, and then we can actually use that triangle to solve what the question is asking for. Okay, so let's draw. Let's draw a building first. And I'm going to be at the top of the building. He's looking down. He is looking down at an angle of depression of 65 degrees. So how far is he looking down? That's what this is what this means. So again, angle of depression, first thing I draw is that horizontal. So I'm there at the top of that building. And then I'm going to look down 65 degrees. So from the horizontal, you go down 65 degrees. And let's try that again. And then I'm going to see a car. I'm going to label that C. And they said the car is 50 meters from the base of the condo. I meant to say condo here. So I'm going to write this as B, which is the base of the condo. And they said that's going to be 50 meters. Now, there's a couple of assumptions I made here. I'm on the roof of the condominium, but I guess I've assumed that this is my eye here, and I'm kind of lying down on the roof. And I'm going to be doing that in order to figure out how tall the condominium is. Okay, so assume in this case, because they didn't give my height, assume Mr. Shin is lying down on the roof. Okay, so I don't actually have a height here. So the height of where my eye level is will actually match the height of this building. Let's put some windows in this building. Wow, I cannot draw with this stylus at all. Okay, now there's a second assumption, is that this building is not like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's going to be the same thing. If we're measuring a height, you're going to measure something that's straight up and down and perpendicular to the ground. So as a result, this is going to be a 90-degree triangle. Whenever they're talking about height, it's always 90 degrees unless stated otherwise. Oops. Height measured will always be 90 degrees. So whenever you're measuring height, this is will. So whenever you're measuring height, it'll always be 90 degrees, this part. That's what I'm saying there. This is not very good English right now. Okay, so as you can see, we have our triangle here. Let me get some green. Wow, having some trouble here. So here's the triangle. And we can now do some work here. We can figure out what this angle is. Because this is horizontal and this is vertical, we know actually this whole angle here is also 90 degrees because this is horizontal and that's vertical. So that's 90 degrees. We can do, to find out this angle, we can do 90 minus 65 to see what's left over here. So 90 minus 65 is going to be 25 degrees. And so, if you want to redraw the triangle, you can. It's just going to be 25 degrees here. This is 50. And what are they asking for? They're asking for how tall is this condominium, which is this part right here. That's the unknown. So I'm going to call this A, B, and C. We're looking for little c here. Okay, and so now we've done some work. We've translated this English into a diagram, and we turned it into a question that we've been working with the past few videos. So let's just do it. First thing you gotta do is label your focus angle. So I'm gonna choose a focus angle, which is this one, because that's given. And now that's my focus angle. This one's gonna be my, let's get a different color. This is gonna be my opposite, because that's opposite my focus angle. This is my 90-degree symbol, so this will be across from that will be my hypotenuse, and the last one's my adjacent. You highlight what they want. They want the adjacent and what they gave us. In this case, they gave us the opposite. So now we write out SOHCAHTOA, and then we figure out which of these trig ratios has adjacent and opposite. And the only one that has both of those is tangent. So I'm going to write out tangent of focus angle A, so tan of big A is opposite over adjacent. And we know angle A is 25 degrees. We know our opposite is 50, and the adjacent is unknown, which is little c. And we need to solve for c here. To solve for c, this is a fraction. We need to get rid of the fraction first, so the opposite divided by c is multiplying by c. So c times tan 25 equals 50. And we know that this is a number, so we can treat it just like a number. The calculator's memorized the ratio. So the opposite of multiplying by tan 25 is dividing by tan 25. So we'll do 50 divided by tan 25. And there we go. We just punch this in our calculator. Tan 25. And that will be 107.225 ... degrees. Does it say how many decimals or whatever there is? Okay, so in this case, when they don't have any decimals in their answer, that means we shouldn't have any decimals in our answer. Because they've measured things to no decimal places, our answer can't be any more accurate than the measurements that they've given us. So we can't report any more decimals there. So we're going to round to no decimal places, which is 107 degrees. Oh, not degrees. I've gone insane. This is not a measurement of degrees. Little c is a measurement of how tall the building is. This is meters. 107 meters approximately. And because it's a word problem, we're going to answer them in words as well. So we got to interpret our answer within the context of their question. So the height of the condo is 107 meters. Okay, so first thing to do when you're given a word problem, you gotta draw it out. Once you draw it out, you gotta start labeling some of the numbers there, identifying what they want. Then, if you need to, you can redraw it, and then identify your focus angle, your opposites, your adjacents, your hypotenuse. Use SOHCAHTOA. Identify which trig ratio you need to use. Plug in what you know. Solve for the unknown, and then finish it off with a therefore statement. And that's it. So thank you for watching my video, and we'll see you in the next video.